Right, so in these we've got our individual fans with the cables that they come with.
You're going to have to hold them closer to the camera.
Yeah. Zoom in. Zoom in, my guy. Okay. These are the Corsair RGB 120 SP something.
These are about €16.
Yeah, about €16 per fan.
I think we got a bit of a deal because we bought Obsessor 3.
Yeah.
How do we take the tempered glass off the front?
I suppose it just pops off. Oh wait, another peel.
Sure. What?
Ladies and gentlemen. The peel. Let's make sure we've got it nice.
No, the fans are going to go at the back.
Here we go, here we go.
How will they work if it?
Satisfying, right?
Yeah. What I'm wondering is, we've got tempered glass. You see there's vents at the side here. Is that going to be sufficient
Yes.
for the fans to cool it?
Yes.
Or would it be better putting fans somewhere else?
No, you've got to have them in the front. Have to.
You know their main function is to... oh, don't be in such a hurry. First you've got to think, where's your power lead? You want it to take the shortest route, don't you?
Well, it's going to go to the top, so we're going to route it round the back.
Yes. So, and how on earth are we going to fix them? I think
you don't fit them like that. You fit them inside here. Which I don't think we can do that, so we have to pull the panel off. But how does that work?
I don't know.
Maybe it lifts, like...
Oh, it's the whole front thing, isn't it? And I'm blocking the camera. The whole of the front of this. Shit.
No swearing.
I don't know, let me just try it without first. I might be able to slide it in.
Wait a minute. It's already out of place. You've already moved it, which means... it must... Oh wait, no, that's just because...
Please, anything to do with it?
What?
Or they're just dampeners for the glass,
Yeah,
rubber.
they're dampeners. I think... Oh, there's a bit of a handle here, which means this must...
They would force it.
Not gonna... It's a case, well, of course you're gonna force it.
What if the top comes off?
Let's do this. At the bottom. I think that pulls off.
Well, what's that?
That is just a screw that holds the whole case together. So I think it's just a part.
Oh, you're going to break it.
It'll be fine.
I think it slides. Let me just see if I can get the fans in without taking that off.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to get a fan. Each fan has a little power supply and one fan connects into another fan. At least I think that's the theory. And they probably go that way around. Yeah. It's going to be difficult. We've got to get that front off. Does it slide this way? No, I think that was off centre already to allow for the glass.
Yeah, me too.
Normally,
Well, the bottom is the only indication of where it comes off. Now,
I think you unscrew something.
ladies and gentlemen, I must mention real quick that every case is different, so you can't expect us to exactly know instantly how one front panel pops off compared to another front panel. Generally there is a standard way of doing it, and they just either slide or pop off. But this one is a bit more complicated. Main reason for that being this. Can you move?
Yeah, I think I found
Can you
it.
move? Because it is made in China.
Most things are. think maybe these things are something to do with it. But they don't seem to take screws.
Wait, there's slight... This thing... Yeah, it's a pull-up, I can see.
It's a pull-up, is it? They normally are on the front panel.
It's got to be a bit aggressive with it.
Whoa! Whoa! Steady, boy! Oh. Right, put that somewhere safe. Okay. So, now that he's done that, we can put a fan. And the fan should line up. These fans come with some kind of bolt, Ben.
I don't know,
What's the matter? They don't seem to come with any bolts. This is a problem.
What, they don't need bolts?
The fans don't seem to come with any bolts.
That's
hang on. What's in here? Oh my goodness. What the hell? That must be your controller.
Controller player.
Do you want to have a quick look at the instructions?
Nah.
I think it would be wise.
You need to burn the instructions.
So these will just screw in from the back, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
One, two.
Doesn't need the monitor to work.
These screws don't seem to fit.
Do you want to use the computer, Theo? No, come here. Still coming.
See if you can get these screws to actually fit in any of the fans. There's got to be a hole somewhere for it. Let me have a look at it. It's one gold stick.
Please don't film us looking at the manual. We're supposed to look like we know what we're talking about.
Oops, that's in the outtakes.
That's all we forgot. Thing is, we didn't have enough mounting screws.
Oh, I see. If we could grab hold of that, Graham, stop the mount from turning, then I could get it out.
Jolly good.
Get what out?
That's Boston screw, then we can get the motherboard out. I need the Leatherman. And you could video yourself doing it, and then Sam could put it on fast forward.
What way to film this? Mount behind him.
How much hassle is it to take that motherboard out?
We can't get it out.
We can, we got all the screws out.
No, we didn't.
Let me have a look.
Wasn't the one they didn't get out?
Let me have another look at
With
it.
a mount sort of whizzing about.
Can I sit there?
Yeah, I'm still screwing the SSD in. Oh, by the way, I lost one of the screws, went down that way.
Oh, we can shake that out. Okay, so are we filming again now?
Yeah.
Okay, several hours of frustration. I knew.
1 hour.
1 hour, I think it's been longer than an hour. I knew that the fans were going to be a fiddle. They were really fiddly because the screws were quite tight, and organising them and then connecting all the cables up to the power unit. So we've just plugged it in so we can turn it on just to demonstrate and do a catch up how far we are now. And this actually looks like quite a mess in here. This is what I'm talking about, cable management. We have all these holes so that you can feed the cables through the back and run them as neatly as possible and zip tie them, and then there's a panel that goes on over that. So the machine looks a lot neater and tidier. We've finally got the fans installed, so I'll just turn it on now. And I wanted to check that they're working, because once we've got this big heat sink in there, there's going to be a lot less room, and obviously when we get the graphics card, even less room than that. So I'll just turn that on, and there's like a little on switch inside here. And then the colours, I believe, are controlled with software, yeah?
Mm.
And will that automatically show when you first boot it up. You don't need a driver disc or anything like that.
No, I've got a Corsair keyboard. All you've got to do is plug it in and then it'll pop up. Go, that's your keyboard.
Oh, okay, so that's important for people to know.
So go, that's your fans.
What I've noticed, and I am no expert on fans, is there seem to me to be two types. RGB, which stands for red, green, blue, which is a full colour where you can mix and get the exact shade you want, make patterns with it. And then there's LED fans, which I think only do one colour. Is that right? Or they do just very basic colours. So the RGB are better. And these fans were, I think they worked out about €14 per fan when we got a kit of 3 of them. And that's really nice, cool. I'm actually going to turn it off now because we've got a lot more work to do. And we're losing
Time,
yeah. So what have we got left to do? We've got to install the heatsink, but before that we're going to have to manage some of these cables. We don't want all of this loose. So we're going to disconnect some stuff, reroute it through the back so it's nice and tidy, there's lots of space. I think probably putting your memory in next is going to be helpful, and then the heatsink. Or do you think the heatsink and then the memory?
Memory can come last. I've only got 2 sticks. Both of them will go in the outer bits of the motherboard.
So we basically have 3 components left to go. The heatsink, the graphics card and the memory. And we should be there. And it's, I mean, in total, there is always frustration. I think it's probably taken us about 3 hours to get this far. And basically, if we can do this, anybody can do this. I'll force it out.
Are you forcing it, Ben?
No, I'm not. I'm trying my best to be as gentle as I can. But I might just come to me, just...
Let me... that way.
Ouch!
Right, I'm going to feed this through the top, okay? Because that's for your fans and your SSD.
This. Make it neater.
Well, I think this one should go down the back and along.
I don't think it'll reach.
Yeah. And then this one should go through there and along. We can bring them right through these bottom holes.
I'll do that now.
And then the bottom one obviously just goes straight along. So you need to disconnect one of them.
So do the top one. Hold on, this thing's stuck. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure it will reach actually.
Coming up to our 4th or 5th hour.
Hang on, I've got to sort back out. It's a right mess.
So visible. Like we just pull it back off.
We can work on that. Right, let's
work on
get
it now.
this. Alright, yeah, you mess about with that for a minute. Don't forget your...
Just pull it up so it's above all the flat.
Well, be careful that you don't damage anything in it.
Power the thing on. That looks a lot better. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Let go.
Wow. It's just clicked into place, man.
There we go. Right, now big time stress, always for me, worse than the processor, is the heatsink. Whoa, yeah.
Turn it off before it gets hot.
I don't think it's going to get hot, it's not doing anything. It's got nothing to think about yet.
It's the thermal paste has kind of been spread
Right, now...
Look at that bad boy.
It's good. It's a
Oh,
good
it's-
girl,
I know
not a
it's,
bad boy. Ow.
It's a hot one.
Right, so
No,
we've
she just
got...
touched me with it.
2 of these screws are really far apart, those 2. They go nearest to me, and 2 are close together. Now, are you sure, Ben, that you know where all the wires plug into the motherboard? Because once I've got this in,
Yeah.
I do not... Are you filming this, Graham? I think we need
Hold
to
on.
come closer.
Hold on.
Now, this is all the thermal paste,
Hold
which
on.
the factory, it's going to go like that. You are going to have to use the furthest
Let him put his
sockets.
RAM in first.
Might be a bit.
Is that a mosquito?
Probably.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
And just push
Okay,
it.
so he's putting the memory in, which you haven't put it in the wrong way round, have you?
There's no such thing as putting it in.
Ben.
Isn't there?
Can you like drop the heatsink for a second? I need to like have the anti-static. Like kind of desperately. Can you stop recording, please?
Stop recording.
Yes.
Line up these holes now.
So the ram goes under that and you glue that on.
I think,
Am I
it's better to
lined
go,
up?
I think it's better to go this way, right?
So
I'm
Just to
lined
fill it
up
with
here.
ram
Am I
before
lined
you
up
put
the
it on
other
as well.
end?
If you're lined up here, then you're lined up the other end. It's square.
Well, it's not square.
These screws lined up.
It is square. If you get...
Okay, you're terrible at this. You're not static.
I'm touching the...
It's the screws.
Okay, that's good. It's perfect.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Let me check the front as well.
You can't exactly see the
You
front.
should be able to.
Torch!
I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. These screws are phenomenally long. That does feel like it's gripping something.
Can't really see past the ram.
I'm not sure that it is.
I can't exactly see much though.
Try looking through the fan or something, or through the back.
Can't see anything through the back or the fan because there's
I
a ram in
am
the way.
so worried. This is not going to clear. Well, that didn't sound like a good noise.
It's supposed to sound like that.
I think we've come to the end. No, brother.
No.
You are just going to clear this glass. You are so lucky.
It's going to be bulging a bit.
No, it won't. It won't because the rubber dampeners are more proud, aren't they, Graham?
Oh yeah, we've got what, a centimetre of clearance.
Literally a centimetre, and you've still got to get that bad boy.
I'd have bought a bigger
graphics
box.
Well, I tried, but there were none bigger than this, apparently, at the moment.
What, on Amazon?
Because you know I like a bigger box.
Okay, now Dad, I want you to film up here.
Right, is it definitely touching the cream? Because that's the most important thing.
It's probably...
No, you've got to put all these in.
Yes, I know, that's why I want Dad to film closer.
Okay. Move that up.
Closer, Dad.
What is it you want me to film? Point at what you want me to film.
Just stand next to me, okay?
Now he's got to connect the
Yes. So, I've
the
got...
heatsink to the motherboard, and this is going to be difficult for him.
Have you
because
fit this
it's
on
so-
backwards?
No, it's impossible because it's not square.
It is square.
It's not. Look, it's like this. Two of the things are further apart than the other. There's only one way it can go on. They've done it deliberately.
Okay, well I'm going to
You
route
need to
that
take
round
that
the
through the back, of course.
Yeah, I'll just leave that there.
Is that the best way it can go?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Okay, so you've got your USB connector. It goes into the heatsink
did
here.
I get it in there properly?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. And then you've got all your USBs down here generally. So you just look for one of your USB slots, which we have one here. And so I'm thinking of a better way of routing this one. Just
You're
like-
going to have a graphics card there in a minute, and you
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
true.
that
So
in the way.
I'll
Have you not
just-
got a USB up here?
Nah, they're really down here. Wait, I've got that right here.
Because a motherboard will have a selection of various connections.
Can you stop holding that so close to my head? Right, there we go, there's the click.
What's this?
That is the fan connector. I suppose we can map it round here, because it's got to plug into this thing here at the top right.